Hey guys, welcome back to RIPP Superchargers and thanks for stopping by. Today's exciting because we are testing a new product for HEMI cars. That's right, behind me is a 2017 Dodge Challenger RT equipped with a 5.7 liter HEMI, and this does expand out to the 392 as well, and various other vehicles with V8s as well in the Dodge line. And we're basically expanding our ignition line up. So those of you stopping by might be looking for a little bit more power for your HEMI vehicles, and you came to the right place. RIPP Superchargers is all about power. Though we're not working on superchargers just yet for this vehicle, we are working on an ignition line. And in this case, it's the HEMI Coil. So this vehicle behind me just made a pass on a dyno, and you saw it make X amount of horsepower, and that's basically in a naturally aspirated state, which means there's no boost. It also doesn't have any modifications except you can hear the exhaust system, which is only capped back. Now, that means this vehicle doesn't have any tuning in the computer. We're not modifying it in any way. It even has a stock airbox. The only mod that this vehicle is going to experience or get today is our ignition coil, and that's right here in front of me. To my right and left here, you can see that we have other ignition coils. We have an extensive amount of information on how to make coils better and make more power with them, and we have an extensive amount of testing of it. If you want to check out our YouTube channel, please do. You can subscribe if you like what you see. So to my left here, we have some stuff for Jeep-powered vehicles with Penastars, and to my right, we have some older stuff for 4.0s and also 3.8 liter Jeeps, all in the Mopar line, except for the Toyota, which is this right here. And the Toyota line's expanding as we speak. But let's focus on this HEMI. So this right here is the factory coil for a HEMI, and what it does is basically just bring spark energy to the spark plug and then ignite the fuel. And it's no secret that it's a pretty simple unit, and there are some products out there that might not exactly explain how it works, but essentially there's a winding in here around some iron, and what we do is take our coil, which is right here and shaped very much the same like an OE, and put much better product inside. So the quality of the windings is much better, the amount of winding is much better as well, which brings more capacitive discharge, which means spark energy to the spark plug, igniting more fuel, and that's how you make more power. Now we do have the vehicle on the dyno, and it is strapped down, and we'd like to show you how we make more power and how you would experience this product. And maybe you can go check out our website and see if you like it. Thanks, guys. So what you're seeing here to my left is the dyno passes that we've made with this vehicle with the new product installed. So as we previously mentioned, we are going to make one change, one mod, and we installed the RIPP Superchargers high performance ignition coils. And again, I'll reiterate that this vehicle is otherwise stock except for the exhaust system, which is a catback, but there's no tuning in the vehicle, which isn't being manipulated in any way. There's no cold air kit in the vehicle or any other modifications that would be for performance outside of the exhaust and then the ignition coils. Even the spark plugs, we didn't even pull them out. We left them just as they were. Now what you're seeing here is two very distinct passes. The very first one down at the bottom is pass number 003. You could see it come all the way across. Now, some of you might be noticing these lines. That's because I hit the dyno wrong, and that's tracking decel, unfortunately. So just pay no mind to these lines that are pointing on the up here, these here. These mean nothing. It's just because the switch was shut at the wrong point. But what you want to look at is what this coil did at the very beginning when I hit it at 3,000 or 3,200 RPM, which is off the chart here, okay? And you could see that we're up 10, 20, almost 30 horsepower, 20 horsepower across the entire band until we get to the top where we gained about 7 horsepower, right? So that means where you drive the car on a normal day-to-day basis, you're really going to feel this mod. Why is it working here and not necessarily here, right? And I'll talk about both sides. Here, it's because you've got a hotter spark. You've got a whole bunch of unburnt fuel that normally would require RPM further up in the RPM for you to go find that horsepower, but now you're finding it nice and early. Same thing with the torque. Because you're igniting more fuel, you're pushing that piston down, you're making more power, and you've got 20, 25 more pounds of torque all the way across as well. And that's sort of correlates with all of the the reviews on our website with the other vehicles, the Toyotas and the Jeeps and the Durangos, all these guys who are installing stuff and saying, oh my God, it feels so much more responsive. And guys who are making independent videos as well, they'll go out there and say, whoa, I feel a difference right away. And that's what you're going to feel. It's because you're igniting more fuel. Now, one would say, well, I only see 7 horsepower. Okay, that's cool, but remember, there's no mods here, and this is part of your mod list. So if you were going to, let's say, do modifications to the tuning of the vehicle, there's plenty of good tuners out there, right? They could take advantage of this mod and start throwing timing up there. We know guys go on a dyno and find horsepower on naturally aspirated cars. This will only help your, your pursuit of that sort of free power. And that's where we want to be with this. It's a simple mod, takes 10 minutes to install. Of course, if your car's got a lot of miles on it, you could change the spark plugs, you can play with gaps, but again, you would consult with your tuner about that. So again, in one change with one mod, we were able to find upwards of 20 horsepower at the rear wheel where you drive the vehicle on a day-to-day basis on 89 octane fuel on the same day on the same car, and no gimmicks. I'm even showing you the mistake I made with the dyno. We could have made a million other passes, but we didn't. We showed you the ones we made the mistake with. So thank you for stopping by. Please visit us at our website, www.ripmods.com. We're on the Facebooks, the Instagrams, all the social media places. Press subscribe, press like, because it really does work, or just give us a call, because we like talking to people. Catch you later.